all of the pictures, they tell the same story from different perspectives, because these are pictures that different students took. So obviously, if you see a picture of a group of people, and you see people that you don't recognize or people that you recognize, students and other people that send those pictures, they were able to capture that moment through pictures. So we'll have those in the screen in a second. And as we upload those screens, I want to invite the students that had the chance to go to Puerto Rico to come up to the front. Now, not all of them are going to participate, only a few of them. There's 2 of them that want to tell a story of what happened to them during that time in Puerto Rico. So I want to invite you guys to come up to the front, and you guys are going to stand up here with us. Not all of you are going to participate, remember, just some of you. Don't be shy, come forward, come on. Drew, if you can help Sophia come up here, please, thank you. And Sandy, if you can help me with the microphones, that will be awesome. And as they come forward, do we have the pictures in the back? Not yet. Hopefully they work, because some of these pictures are just funny. And so when I asked the students to come forward, I asked them to think about 2 questions. The first one, they got to practice yesterday, but the first question is, what is something funny that happened to them during Puerto Rico? Because when you go on a trip, when you go with your friends, funny things are gonna happen, and those are part of the experience, part of receiving unexpected blessings. And the other question that I asked was, during the trip, what was a blessing that you received, being there in Puerto Rico? What is one blessing that you were able to receive? So let me, we have 2 microphones. All right, there we go. Transfer to this one. So you guys can see the pictures in the back. They'll be going through these pictures as we get to hear some stories. Let me see. I will have to move out of the way.
Can you guys see? Or should we move?
Yeah, maybe stand on the side. That would be perfect. That way they can all see the pictures. All right, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask Sophia, you want to go first? Yes, go for it. Okay, so Sophia, as you can see, she's got a story to tell coming back to Puerto Rico. And please, Sophia, share with us your experience in Puerto Rico.
Okay, hi guys. So it was my first mission trip. It was my dream to go to one mission trip. And then I was super excited. I was trying to do everything that I could and enjoy every moment. And what happened that I got a little too excited on Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't remember, to swim, because we were cleaning the beaches the whole day. And then I remember I was also always asking the student, when can we swim? When can we swim? And then it was, we were having dinner down there at the beach, and then I was, okay, now it's my time. Let's go swimming. So I ran to the water, and I didn't realize that it was full of rocks. Sandy was already there. She was stepping weirdly, but for some reason I thought, oh, the water, it's cold or something. That's why she's not swimming, which was not really intelligent of my part because it was really warm. So then I ran, I tripped, and I fell. Sandy was there. She asked me, are you okay? Is everything fine? I was like, no, yeah, I just tripped. And I was like, oh, I can't feel my foot. So then people helped me to get out of the water, and my foot was swollen. I twisted my ankle and stuff. But what happened was that I couldn't just stop doing stuff during the mission trip just because it was hurt. I had to keep going. So I had a bunch of friends that were helping me all the time. They were literally carrying me to places, and positive thoughts, you got this, you can do it. I was walking a lot, and it was really hard, but I know that Jesus was also with me because he put people in my life that helped me to finish being able to do everything I was doing. I remember also crying when I got hurt. I was crying a lot. And then also Sandy, she came up to me, and then a lot of people were there. Maya was there, Olivia was there, everybody was there. And then Sandy was like, are you feeling okay? Is everything fine? And I was like, yeah, but how am I going to pick up trash now? And guys, I did pick up trash on Sunday. And yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you. Now, Sophia, before you pass the mic around, what was one of the things, because that was definitely a blessing there. There was plenty of blessings there. But what was, as you were kind of dealing with that experience of your foot, hurting and whatnot, you shared a story yesterday of what happened where they had to take you in a dolly, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so I got hurt, and then the next day we were like going through the city and then like looking around, and I had to walk a lot, and I didn't have this thing here, so I was wearing crutches, and it was really hard because I was lazy and it was warm and it was like hurting. So then there was this guy that was selling water, and then they asked if we could borrow the dolly, so they could carry me up to the fort. There was like, it was like going down to the beach, but like it was up the hill, so it was really hard. So they just carried me in a dolly up and down the fort. And then the guy didn't even like ask for money. He was like, okay, you can borrow it, it's fine. And then it was really nice.
And was that a blessing?
It was a blessing. Everything was a blessing. I remember, and I didn't want people to see me cry, so sometimes I was just crying, like at the mall. Later in that day, we went to the mall, and I was crying a lot. And then I was like, God, help me, because I can't, I'm tired, it hurts. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to keep like positive energy, good thoughts. I don't want to ruin the trip for everybody and stuff. So then, yeah, every time I would feel bad, there was someone there to make me feel better. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Sofia. You can give that microphone to Sandy. As you can see, even if you get hurt, it's all about attitude. And if you have a good attitude about the situation, if you get hurt, you will still enjoy and you will still be blessed in mission trips. So thank you so much, Sofia, for sharing that. Now, who here would like to tell us about Perla? Because I keep hearing a lot about Perla. And who wants to tell us the story about that little blessing that came into the trip?
Okay. All right, so we had just finished swimming at the river. It was the first picture that popped up. And there was this like white dog. It's probably 5 months old or something. And it was jumping on us, and it was super energetic, and I just love dogs, so of course I wanted to keep it, but I'm in Puerto Rico. And so the place we were swimming at, it wasn't too far from our camp. And so me, Drew, Jeremiah, and a few others, we started walking. And then Perla started following us. And we just kept calling her, we wanted to take her back. And then the pastor, Pastor David, he drives back in his truck, and Mr. Dunn's there, and we're all about to pile in the back of it. And I wanted to take Perla and put her in the back, but Mr. Dunn, he said no. But then a couple minutes later, Pastor David said, yo, put the dog in the back. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And so we ended up taking her back to our campsite, and she was just super loving and really, I love her. And we stole some of the calf food that they were feeding us and fed her, and she was a huge blessing to all of us. Oh yeah, there she is. Yeah, it was a really nice blessing to have her there with us.
Now, was Perla her name?
She didn't have a name.
She didn't have a name. Yeah.
It was a stray.
So who named her Perla? Noah named her Perla. All right, that dog is cute. It's definitely cute. Now, what happened to Perla? What happened to her? Where is she right now?
Okay, so we didn't know what to do with her. We wanted to talk to Mr. Z and see if he would like want the dog, and so we could get it shipped over. But then the next day, our bus driver, who has like 5 cats, 5 dogs, he has like everything, and we found out that he was going to keep her. And so we went to PetSmart and bought her like $100 worth of accessories for her the next day.
Thank you, Joey. That is amazing. Yeah, imagine that. Who would have known that you guys would have found Perla and find a home for her? So thank you so much, guys, for not only giving a blessing to this little dog, but also, for accepting that dog to be part of the trip as well. So thank you, Joey, for sharing that. Now, so we had the story of Perla. We had the story, the experience that Sophie had. I don't know if you guys want to share about what happened during the trip where you guys were singing and you guys were part of the service. Did you guys know about what was going to happen or what happened there? Were you guys prepared to do song service?
Before the trip, Drew was talking to me about like all these songs he wanted to do and how he's gonna bring his guitar, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, so they did song service last year, and so we're doing it this year, and so you're gonna help me." And I was okay. I feel like song service just, it happens to go wherever I go, and it's all right. It's part of the job, but the thing is, our schedule isn't set up so that we could practice the night before, just like we do here for school and for Vespers. And so, with Pastor David, he's someone that we met. He was from one of the schools that joined us on this trip, Escondido. Am I right? Yeah. And he's just so musically inclined. He leads very well. It looks like as if we did practice, and so it would be like right the second that we get, like after breakfast, worship is there, and the first time that we're singing to everyone, that's the first time we've run it through, and we were able to do that, and so it was just a blessing to have, someone guiding us and helping us along the way, so that, we're not clueless as we're up there, and that we have something to present for worship for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. So you guys had to lead worship then. Was that every day or just on Saturdays?
It was every day, every morning and every night.
Every night. So, I mean, when you are someone that is willing to serve, those are the things that are going to happen, You are going to see opportunities for you to serve so that others can be blessed. And so Pastor David was there, and he was able to lead you guys through the service. And I know it was a blessing because, you guys heard him sing. And so thank you, Sandy and Drew, for leading out there as well and leading everybody into service. Now, we have another student that shared a story yesterday about having a blessing from the worship service. Olivia, would you like to tell us, what you shared yesterday with the group? Would you like to share that with us today?
So we did like the worship every night, as Sandy said, and the last day I think we did it on the beach, and like we was just like, I don't know if there's pictures, but we were like, Drew was with the guitar and Sandy and Pastor David, and then we were just there, and then we were swimming, and we were just, it was really like a blessing. It was really beautiful with the sunset, and yeah.
So you guys were doing worship at the beach every day?
No.
No?
Only the last day.
Oh, the last night. Oh, yeah. Okay, but that was nice, wasn't it?
I think, yeah. Was the last night? Was the one of the last nights?
Yeah, one of the last nights.
Of them, yeah.
But it was perfect. The view was perfect. The moment was perfect, and you were blessed by it, right, Olivia? Thank you for sharing that. So, I mean, it's just part of the mission trip. That was just part of it too, right? It's we're gonna worship wherever we are and whatever opportunities we get. The students got, that's where they got to worship. And in the beach, that must be nice. Now, we have one more story that I want one of the students to share, and that is Faith. Faith, do you have a story to share with us? You want to come up to the front of the experience that she had herself at the mission trip in Puerto Rico?
Okay, so there was this one evening on the trip, and I was asked if I would like to share a story that happened, over the trip, and share it for the church service. And then from what I heard, we ran out of time, and I didn't get to share, and then when I heard that I got to speak about the trip today, I figured I'd tell that story today instead, so I can still get it recited, so I have it written out here. So there was this one night in like the middle of the trip, I think, and we were driving back to the cabins, and then I don't remember if it was like sudden or gradual or whatever, but then like all these songs were playing in the bus, and it was like super loud, and like everyone was like singing and dancing and stuff, and I was trying to listen to my own music, and I had like the volume like super loud and stuff, because it's like, you know, it's and then I remember this one song that came on. When we got to the chorus, it was like everyone was screaming the chorus, and like I didn't even know most of these songs or whatever. I'm like, you know, okay, does it need to be like this though? And then so like we get back, we have some time before like worship and stuff, and like, you know, then and like, you know, even now as I'm like thinking back on it, it was like a real community moment, I think, because I mean, like, I may not have been that like I may not have understood it, but it was like still something that everyone was like, you know, super happy about, and they felt like super connected and all that. So I may not have understood it, but I really feel like, you know, I was there. I saw it happen, and you know, it just felt really great, because it was like a big community moment. So that was good to look at, you know. So.
Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you so much for putting it that way. Definitely, when you go on to a mission trip and you get to have all those experiences, you get to have a moment where you get to have community, and that's important. I see Mr. Dunn here, and he's going to share with us a story. Thank you.
Well, one of the things that these kids, as the people there at the camp called them, they're more than kids, but one of the things they don't quite realize is how much they're being observed while they're there. And while we were there, you know, this is the second year to do this, and we were with some of the same people for 2 years in a row, and I got more comments this time than before, just from the observations as they watched the participants. One of those I wanted to mention was Tito, so our bus driver, Ramon, who took Perla. You know, 2 years ago when he drove us for this trip, so he's driven for 2 years, he had not had any positive connections with Christians at any sort, at any time. He drives groups all over the island. It's a party bus, and most of the groups are pretty crude, especially some of the Christian groups that he had taken in the past. He spent a year ago a whole week with us, he and his wife, and they were quite impressed with our kids last year, some of the same ones here that 2 years in a row went on the trip. By the way, Drew, you guys that went, he immediately recognized you guys from last year. So, but you know, throughout the course of this last year, he actually has been attending church some, primarily due to the connection with our group. Well, he got to spend a week with us again this time, and so several times, including on Saturday. I don't know if you guys realized he was in the back of the church during church service. So again, he was very impressed. In fact, Sandy specifically mentioned you by name as being impressed with your music abilities. So I just wanted to pass that on. But it wasn't just our bus driver. We also had 2 or 3 other community members that had a lot of connection with our students that were there. And each of them mentioned several times how impressed they were with our kids. And this time it wasn't just ours, by the way. We had also Redlands Junior Academy and Escondido was also there. So it was the mix of all the schools, but the connection you guys made with everyone in the community, probably 20, 25 people made comments in the community about you guys' work. Just being there, being willing to help them out is a big deal. And so you guys left an impression. I wanted them to hear this and let you guys know that impression was made while they were there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Dunn. Thank you for sharing that. We hear community. We hear good impressions. We hear blessings. Yesterday, I told the students, and I say this to everyone, when we have these opportunities where you can go to a place where you would probably not go or you would never see yourself go to, and then do things that you were probably never even thinking of doing, it takes some faith. It takes, some boldness to be able to do that, especially if you're far away from home, far away from your family. But as you can see, there's a lot of things that happens in this mission trips, and you can have that opportunity to be a part of that. So be thinking, what the next mission trip that we have, the opportunities that we have. Don't miss out, because when you come back, I can guarantee that none of these students came back the same because of all those experiences that they had. Guys, thank you so much for sharing. Can we get a hand of applause for the students that went to Puerto Rico? Mr. Don, thank you so much. Let's have a word of prayer, and thank you so much again for sharing, and thank you so much everyone for listening. The pictures will keep going. There's more. I had about 170 pictures there, but I hear there's an album that has 2,000 pictures and more. So we'll make sure to somehow post those pictures so that we can all see them as well throughout the week. So let's have a word of prayer, and thank you so much everyone for being here. Father, we thank you so much for this beautiful Sabbath that you've given us, God. Yes, it's been cold. Yes, we had to change our service from outdoor to indoor because of how cold it was. But God, thank you so much that you gave us this, just this space, this time, this moment where we got to hear not just a beautiful praise moment where we got to sing together, but also hear stories about the blessings and the community and the impressions and everything that happened in the Puerto Rico trip. So God, please continue to bless us as we, as a school, provide these moments, these opportunities where students can do these types of events so that they can be blessed, but also that they can bless others. So be with each and one of them that took that, that decision, and it probably for some it might have been hard to do, but for each and one of them that went, and for those that will have opportunities to go, that you can always give them that audaciousness to do things with boldness and with faith so that they can come back and be blessed from those experiences. So we thank you, God. Bless us and allow us to continue to enjoy this beautiful Sabbath. In your name we pray, Jesus. Amen. All right. Thank you so much again for being here this morning. Please make sure to wait until the deacons excuse you. May you have a beautiful Sabbath, and we hope to see you next Sabbath as well.